Hello, Ironbound Gym. My name's Stan Rockwell, and we're here for some more flow of Tai Chi Chuan and Qigong. We've been working on Sun Style Tai Chi form developed by Paul Lam for pain management, particularly lower back pain, arthritis pain. It's also been used in cardiac rehab. And when you focus on the breathing, it also has been found in some clinical work to help with COPD. So it's a very simple form to learn. If this is your first time, go back and check out the prior videos. They're all here on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. And I first began to learn this form specifically for back pain, and it's been very helpful for that. We get our posture, balance, and breathing. So you have your feet about shoulder width apart and as parallel as you can get them. You want to get yourself balanced over them. So you're equally balanced left, right, front, and back. So you can just sway around a little bit until you feel yourself settling down into that center. Your knees are pointed in the same direction as your toes. So if you have issues and have to have your toes out a little bit, your knees are going to point that way too. But what we're trying to do is keep the pressure off the knees. So again, you settle into whatever feels best for you, whatever you and your physician or your physical therapist or whoever you have that might be working with you on knees, back. You stay in your comfort zone, and 70% of whatever you're capable of doing at this moment, you just ease into it. You don't press or force anything. Remember, in Tai Chi, softness overcomes hardness, flexibility overcomes rigidity, and wu-wei, effortless effort. You just ease into it. You want to get yourself nice and grounded. So that foundation is our visualized line around the outsides of our feet, and everything inside that rectangle is our foundation, and we want to be centered over the middle of that. We ground ourselves with our bubbling well acupressure points center of the forefoot with an energetic connection into the earth, or rooting into the earth from the ball of the foot at the base of the big toe, the ball of the foot at the base of the little toe, and the center of the heel. So you have that triangular stability in each foot in a visualized way. Once you're nice and firmly connected and grounded to the earth, we connect ourselves to the yang energy of the heavens, the yin energy in the earth. Byway spot where the crown chakra is, so an energetic connection there or a line attached there pulling you straight upward, and as it does, stretches you towards the sky, stacks your vertebrae on top of each other, gives your spine a J shape. As your tailbone drops and your hips move back a little bit, tops of your hips are parallel to the floor, stomach flattens out, lower back flattens out. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just relax into whatever feels best for you. Tops of your shoulders relax down the center line. It's like your shoulder blades are flowing down your back, so they're not slouched forward or pulled back or up around your ears. They're just relaxed down that center line. If that line pulls you upwards, the line across your eyes and ears is parallel to the floor. The back of your head rises, your chin tucks in, and your head might even be moved back a little bit so that it's nice and balanced on your shoulders. If you were to drop a line and think of it as a pendulum, it goes from the byway down through the center of your head, the center of your neck, the center of your body, through the perineum. It hits the floor right in the middle of your foundation, so you're equally balanced in all directions. And you're not doing any extra work to stay upright. Just focus on your breath. Start to relax all the muscles in your body, but keep the tone in the muscles so they're eutonic. Remember, hypertonic is all stressed out, tensed up. Hypotonic is when you're laying shavasana like jello on the floor, and we want to be relaxed but ready, like that crane waiting for the fish to come by, and focused. Your breathing is typically through your nose. In the first part we do, you can exhale through your mouth if you want. In the breathing, we have our tongue touching the roof of our mouth behind our front teeth to connect governing vessel, conception vessel. Doesn't matter if you believe that or not, but when you press your tongue there just right, you disengage the muscles in your jaw so you can't clench your teeth. And you pull the diaphragm down so you're doing an abdominal breath. So you feel an expansion around about hip level. And again, you want to do the 70% rule for that. So you're not inhaling as deeply as you can. You keep it gentle on yourself. On the exhale, you can exhale through your nose. You can exhale through your mouth. As you do, you pull that pelvic floor up like you're doing a Kegel. Push as much air out as you can through your nose. If you breathe out through your mouth, you just release the tongue and sigh. With that sound, you let whatever tightness is inside, whatever tension is inside, just relax, flow out. It dissipates as the sound goes away. Breathe at your own pace, making the exhale last longer than the inhale. So if you breathe in to a count of 5, exhale to a count of 6 or 7 or 8. What that does is it reinforces the relaxation response, or it invokes the relaxation response. Just relax all the muscles in your face. And just breathe. Focus on the sound of your breath as it goes in and out. The feeling of the air as it goes in and out. You just come to where you are right now. If thoughts come through your head, just let them flow away. You acknowledge that they're there. You don't try to push them away. They just work harder to stay there. Just say hello and let them be like leaves floating down a river or clouds floating across the sky. And just follow me as we do our Qigong warm-up. Arms float up with your palms facing, some bend in the elbows. Then get about shoulder high, turn your hands toward your face. As you press in, you drop the elbows and you push your head back just a little bit because we're working on the neck. Turn your hands in, you press out. In that principle of song, your arms extend, but you don't lock your elbows. Let your hands float back down towards your thighs as you tuck your chin. Inhale on the way up. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more. Back to the center. The second for your neck, your arms float up. One hand drops down, palm faces towards the floor, the other arm folds over, palm faces towards your forehead. Remember, Lagong points up or down chin. And keep those connected, and shoulder is relaxed. It's not tight. So inhale and exhale. You keep the forehead and then palm lined up, turning 70% of your range of motion to the side. Inhale back to the center. Orienting comes up. And moving over your arm and your head, you exhale to the side. And inhale to the center. Just do 2 more on each side. Hands come down. For your shoulders, we do shoulder rolls first, but remember rotator cuffs if you have issues. Palms face behind you and rotate your elbows to get some movement in your shoulders. But again, you stay in your comfort zone. If anything causes you to grimace, back off. For all of this, you need to be able to smile when you're doing it. So just begin. In reverse. And then another one for the shoulders, but really it's for your whole body. Inhale up and exhale down. For your back, you hold the ball, palms facing, shoulder nice, relaxed, elbow dropped on the upper arm. You don't want it up here like this, just put pressure on your shoulder. And if you were with us when we did grasp the bird's tail, remember you have a lot more power when your arm's down like this. When it's up like this, your shoulder's locked and it's easy to push you around. So you want your pressure off your shoulder. Lower hand's going to rotate out and press up, upper hand's going to press down. As you exhale, inhale to the center. And when you get back to the center, just pause there. The next one for your back is the rotational aspect. So again, you keep your hips and everything from your hips down still. Got my right hand on top, so whichever hand is on top, you rotate till the hands line up with a hip on that side. Then you turn your hands around, keeping the palms facing like you're holding a ball. Rotate to the other side. And you can synchronize your breathing, so you're inhaling in one direction and exhaling in the other. And just pause there. Bring your hands over to one side like you're pressing into a wall. Shift all your weight into that foot. So now I'm centered in this foot. And since all my weight is in this foot, this is my foundation. So if I bring the other foot up, I'm balanced on this foot. Hands out to the side to counterbalance as that foot goes out and touches to feel some movement in the hip. Shift your weight over so you're perpendicular over to the other foot and out. It's an exhale and an inhale. Come back to the center with your hands facing towards the floor, nice and centered. Move your hands back a little bit as you shift your weight into one foot, and either foot, it doesn't matter. Hands go back a little bit as the weightless foot goes forward, heel touches. If you need to rebalance as the arms come to the center, just touch your forefoot down, hands go up as the foot goes back, but you keep your body perpendicular over the weighted foot so you don't go into a warrior three pose. If you want, you don't even have to touch your foot down if you're working on balance. And come back to the center. Toes pointed towards the corner, a little space between your heels, just like in that beginner sun style we do. Fists at your hips. Foot. Rotate on the forefoot of the weightless foot. Opposite arm's going to counterbalance as that foot reaches out and the forefoot touches. And come back. You don't have to step out very far, just however far you want. But there's no weight in that front foot, so again, you can just keep it off the floor. Or if you need to balance it, just touch your forefoot down lightly. And for the next one, you go into that forward bow stance. Keeping your knees behind your toes and your knees lined up with your toes. That principle of slung, that expansion as you punch outwards and come back. And then back to the center. For the ankles, shift your weight into one foot and just do heel and toe with the other foot. Shift your weight to the other side and then heel and toe the other foot. Pick a spot where a couple boards come together, or one spot on the floor where outside and inside of the foot can touch as close to the same spot as you can. So you do the lateral motion, the ankle, but you want to just move it at the ankle. You don't want to at your hip. That's why you pick that one spot on the floor. And just shake everything out. Remember that shake your chi, where you just kind of bounce and shake your arms around? They use that to try to get all the energy, blood, lymph, nerve impulses moving freely through your body and getting rid of any blockages. So we got through the first part of section 2 last time. We're going to try to do the second part of section 2 because it's the same thing, it's just the other side. So if you're better on the right side, the left side might be more difficult, but if you're left-handed, this left side might be easier for you. I'll face you first and try to keep my left and my right. Have to move a cricket out of the way so I don't accidentally smush him. Try to keep my left and my right straight. So I'll be mirroring you, so when I step up with my right foot, you can step up with your left foot. So remember, nice and balanced, and just breathe and begin. Open, close, single whip to your right, eyes look back to your left, wave hands like clouds going to your right. Open, close, single whip, eyes look back to your right, and then wave hands going to your left. Takes you back more or less where you started. Open, close, and then we adjust that left foot. Left hand's palm up, right hand's palm down, fingers towards the center of the forearm. If you need to, you bring the right foot in for a T-step. Right hand takes the right foot around, presses it down, and then follow step and settle your wrist for brush knee push. Step back to play the lute. Then step up to parry, and punch. Block and close, or apparently closing, palms down, you step back, hands cross, hands come back towards your waist, toe comes in, you step up to push the mountain, you rotate on forefoot in the heel, back for open and close. And just remember, in parry and punch, whichever hand is away from you is going to go palm down, whichever hand is close to you is going to go palm up, and it's going to be parry. Flip the hands, parry, make fists, arm in front folds over, arm down, hand down at your waist, rotates as it comes up and punches over the top. Just make sure it's over the top, and whether it's your wrist falls on your wrist or you have your arm way out here, it's about there, but so it's about the first third of my forearm, but whatever feels best for you. If you got shoulder issues, just go with whatever works best for you. Let's do that first part of that second section again. I'm trying to get where I'm not blinded by the sun. We'll do open, close, T-step, brush knee, play the lute, parry, punch, apparently closing, push the mountain, and then a rotation to the front on the forefoot and the heel, open, close. If you want to shift your weight and adjust that foot, come back in and do the T-step and then step, that's okay. If that's an extra step you don't want to do, you can just do that. And remember, depending on what shape your knees and ankles are in, remember I tell you when we were first learning that about the individual I was working with who had learned chin style, so he was pretty flexible, so he didn't even make the adjustment, he just stepped like that. But whatever works for you, and you want to adjust this to your own body. So if we're going to do it in the other direction, we'll start off with open, close, shift your weight into your left foot, adjust your right foot. The right hand's palm up, left hand's palm down. And the important part is to remember this hand moves. It takes that foot around. It doesn't stay there. They move together. Remember we talked about North Star and then the other stars in the Big Dipper. It's the constellation moving around. Would you open, close, brush knee, play the lute, parry, parry, punch, parallel closing, push the mountain to the front, open, close. I think I'll do it going that way so you can see the feet. So if we start off, you be looking ahead, but you can just go ahead and look in straight ahead. But we do going to the right, so I want to do it to the left because we did it to the right last time. I'll do open, close, going to the left side, so weight goes right, left foot comes in, brush knee, lay the lute. So your left hand's furthest from you, it goes palm down, right hand goes palm up. Left foot comes down at 45 degrees. As you shift your weight, the left arm comes in, the right goes out. You flip the hands, right foot comes down at 45 degrees, right arm comes in. Left hand goes out, you make fists. Left foot's going to be toes straight ahead. As you shift your weight into it, left arm folds over, right arm punches straight across the top. Then you relax your hands, you step back for apparently closing, toe comes in. You step up. Push the mountain, rotate on the right forefoot, left heel, open, close. Hope that worked okay. Let's see if I can do it. Going towards you. Trying to think of, I come this way. Yeah, your left foot would be forward, so we're going to mirror each other like we're walking towards each other. Open, close, so you can see the hands as well. Brush knee, play the lute, parry, flip the hands, parry, make fists, punch, apparently closing, push the mountain, open, close, let your hands come down. One thing you might notice, if you're facing in different directions doing it, it might be a little disconcerting, and that's normal. When I teach classes live, especially in places that don't have mirrors, it seems to be more of an issue, but we'll just, okay, let's face a different direction, and it's like the memory goes. You pick up on subliminal cues that you don't even notice, and I first noticed it myself when I just tried doing it in a different room in the house when I first started out, and all of a sudden left and right got a little squirrely. So it's a good thing to practice in different rooms, facing different directions in the same room. It exercises your brain as well as your body. So I think I've got enough room if I take small enough steps. If I face in the opposite direction from you, so you're right behind me, and I can keep my left and my right straight. And we'll do it all the way through up to there. Actually, section 1 and section 2 was the original form. It didn't have a section 3, which is what we're going to start on next week. So the original back pain form was just these first 2 sections. The original arthritis form was just these first 2 sections. And a few years later, Lamb added section 3 to make it a little more interesting. And section 3 will have as many movements as the first two sections combined. So we have our feet with our toes pointed towards the corner, little space between the heels, and nice and balanced and relaxed. And begin. Arms come up and down. Open, close, single whip, wave hands like clouds. I had a teacher one time that had us stand shoulder to shoulder when we were doing this, so the steps were very small. Open, close. Second part of section 1, single whip. Wave hands like clouds. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. First part of section 2, brush knee push to the right. Play the loop. Parry, parry, punch. Apparently closing. Push the mountain to the front. Open, close. The second part of section 2, brush knee push to the left. Play the loop. Parry, parry, punch. Apparently closing. Push the mountain, and then if you finish it here, when you come back to the front, you bring your feet back so that they're in that V. Open, close, and your arms come down by your side, and that would be the whole thing. And it just takes a little practice being able to get your feet back in that position. Typically they're going to be like this. But it's just drop, drop, and you're back. Again, you can adapt this to wherever you are. I have one friend who was working a very stressful Tai Chi in the stall, and somehow did the movement small enough to be able to function in there. If you're in a place where you don't have a lot of room, or if you have a physical issue that day, like you've got a sprain or a strain or just not feeling well, you can visualize yourself doing these. And remember, visualization is very powerful. It's almost like you're doing it for real. So one of the ways when I'm learning a new form sometimes is if at night when I'm going to sleep, I'll just visualize the form. And another person in class who was having some fairly intense dental work done, so she just visualized herself practicing Tai Chi the entire time the dentist was going to work on her. So again, you can use this in all aspects of your life. It really can become a way of life, especially if you focus on the philosophy part of it as well as the physical and the martial part. Let's get yourself nice and centered, and we're just going to swing. Remember that central axis, that pole that runs from the byway down through the center of your body to the middle of your foundation. You're kind of spinning on that, and your arms are like tether balls attached directly to your spine, just loosening up everything. If you want, you can close your eyes and visualize yourself in a very safe, calm, peaceful, serene place. Closing your eyes makes you dizzy. You just keep them open and look straight ahead, but you can still do the visualization. And then just drum inside the shoulder. Base of the rib cage. And the quad, the inguinal crease. Lower dantian. The hand and back is hitting the buttock just inside the hip, but not hard. None of these to get yourself hard. It's just a natural progression of the swing and then back. Up on your toes as you inhale, tense everything up. Exhale, let everything relax. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Just loosen up your legs. And then get nice and centered. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. Let all that energy balance out. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, healthy, and well. And I will see you next time when we'll start on the first part of section 3. And you already know the first movement. It's going to be brush knee push to the right side. So until next time, bye-bye.